Donald Trump's return to the political stage has brought renewed attention to Hungary's Viktor Orban, who has been at the forefront of peace efforts to end the Russia-Ukraine war. Following his election victory on November 5th, Trump, who has long criticized the U.S. military's support for Ukraine, reportedly reached out to Orban for advice on a potential ceasefire. Sources told RFE-RL's Hungarian service that the president-elect is keen on leveraging diplomatic channels, including those with Orban, to work toward a swift resolution to the conflict. Trump's foreign policy stance has stirred controversy, particularly after he claimed he could end the war within 24 hours of returning to office, a statement interpreted by many as signaling that Ukraine may have to make territorial concessions to Russia. Orban, who has cultivated ties with Russian President Vladimir Putin, has long been critical of EU support for Ukraine and has actively blocked sanctions against Moscow. Recently, he emphasized the heightened danger of the war, warning that Western casualties could further escalate the conflict. In a recent interview, Orban called the current moment extremely dangerous, citing Russian reports that American and French soldiers had been killed in Ukrainian airstrikes. He warned that such incidents show the growing risk of Western involvement and the potential for wider conflict.
We are in a very difficult situation, and also a strange situation, because we have never been so close to peace. And never before has war been so dangerous than now. So, according to Russian reports, American and French soldiers were killed in airstrikes by the Russians in Ukraine. So it means that there are soldiers. And I recall what we said at the beginning, that of course at the beginning you just say that we support the war. Then we send weapons. And then we send weapons. Then somebody there has to operate. Someone has to start operating it. And then you do need experts, consultants, and sooner or later the soldiers will show up. So we are in a very dangerous situation, because today in Ukraine they can die Western European or American persons with military status. This is what happened. We pray for them, of course. It's a great loss for everyone, but it shows the danger of escalation, the risk of war.
While Washington and Paris have yet to comment on these reports, Orban's words underscore the increasing peril of a war that has already claimed countless lives on both sides. Orban is preparing for a possible second attempt at peace mediation in December, following a controversial diplomatic mission during Hungary's EU presidency in July. His earlier diplomatic effort included trips to Moscow and Kyiv, where he reportedly proposed a ceasefire. Some sources suggest that his upcoming mission could involve delivering messages from Trump to Zelensky, Putin, and Chinese President Xi Jinping. Orban, who has resisted deeper EU involvement in the war, criticized the Biden administration's pro-war stance and stressed the urgency of reaching a ceasefire. He suggested that with Trump's victory, a shift in U.S. policy could help bring about peace, with Hungary working intensively on diplomatic solutions.